All right, cool. Looks like we're recording. Let me check the volume. Hopefully, okay, the volume should be pretty good. Let me do a screen share. Okay, cool. So this week is the first week of CAS 1800. Um, there's not a lot of homework or anything for this first week. It's kind of like an introductory week. Um, so um, we're supposed to be in person today, so I kind of plan more for just a discussion of, kind of where we're at, like what our baseline knowledge is as far as using PowerPoint and Word and Excel. It seemed like in the TCM 1010 class, everyone was really good at using PowerPoint. So I kind of feel like everyone was pretty good in there. Um, Word documents, I've seen everyone kind of submit assignments using Word documents. So I think there's probably like a good good foundation in those two. Excel, I haven't really seen anyone's use of Excel so far. So I think there's probably a lot of room there for us to kind of look at some of the stuff in there and some of the basic things we can kind of cover in there. Um, let's see. I'll just kind of go over a little bit about the class because the first week's just kind of like an introductory week. So this class is business technology applications. So we're just going to kind of cover some things that are used a lot in business. Like Word, for example, a lot of times you have to draft a document or anything. Like in my day job, there's a lot of different processes using different tools and different software. So part of what I have to do is create documentation. Um, so I have like a lot of Word files that I create in order to kind of do like a process document or like a almost like an instruction manual of how to do different aspects of my job. Um, so Word you'll use a lot for different jobs. And then PowerPoint, we do a PowerPoint presentation once a month at my job where we kind of we take a lot of data and put into Excel, use Excel to create graphs, and then uh, create a PowerPoint to present to the executives and everything to kind of let them know uh, how my team is doing. So um, Excel and PowerPoint, you're probably, if you ever get into like office environment or anything like that, you'll use Excel. You'll probably use, there's so many uses for it. You'll probably use that no matter where you go. Even, you can use it for accounting and statistics and a lot of different areas. So let's see, we'll kind of go over a little bit here. Like in most of the classes, there's some videos and everything to watch here. So I suggest looking into those, watching those. The discussion, looks like everyone kind of already started on the discussion, so that's really good. This is the thing I wanted to cover because it's the first week. You probably noticed there's a quiz. Um, do not worry about the quiz. Let's see, this should actually say, um, I think all of this is just what they usually say for every quiz. Okay, so it is 20 points, no time limit. Let's see. Okay, so this one, it looks like was set up wrong. Okay, so this one I'll have to go and probably redo it because on the quiz, it's supposed to be set up where you just get points for taking it. Um, so I'll have to check into there because I'm not sure why it's saying 20 points. It should just be like you get credit for taking it, uh, and the points don't matter. So the quiz is just to give you a baseline of where your knowledge on some of these subjects is. So when you take the quiz this first week, you just get points for taking the quiz. Doesn't matter if you get them all wrong or not. Um, and then week 6, we have the quiz again. So then in week 6, you just want to kind of compare it and see. Uh, it's just kind of a way of comparing it, like starting in the class. Um, kind of seeing how much you know, how much you don't know. And then week 6, there'll be another quiz. That one will be graded based on if it's correct or not. And that one, you can kind of compare it with week 1 and see, all the how much more since taking the course. So uh, if you see the quiz in week 1, don't worry. It's just kind of um, kind of see what you know and what you don't know. And so if you get them all wrong, you still get the same amount of points. So don't worry. And then at the end, you can kind of when you take the week 6 quiz, you can kind of compare the two and see how you did. See if like if you started out week 1 and um, out of uh, out of 10 questions, you only had one correct. And then week 6, out of 10 questions, you got all of them correct. You can kind of see that you picked up a lot of things in the course. So I just wanted to kind of go over the quiz. Don't worry about it. You get the same amount of points if you pass all of them or fail all of them. Um, Make sure you do the discussion. Looks like pretty much everyone's done the discussion, so that's good. And then since the course is set up for 6 weeks, first week is just kind of an introduction, just kind of seeing where we're at, what we know, all that kind of stuff. And then week 2 is going to be about like Word documents, so we're going to kind of use some of that stuff. And then week 3 is my favorite week because we're going to be using Excel and making spreadsheets and everything there. So that's a really good week. That's like one of my favorite weeks because I love Excel. I could do an entire 16-week class just trying to show everyone what's in Excel and or what they can do with Excel. And even then, it wouldn't cover everything because there's so much you can do in there. I use it for everything now. Doing my taxes, doing making graphs and everything for PowerPoint presentations, almost everything you can do in Excel. Um, and then week 4 will be PowerPoint. So we'll make like a little presentation in there. And then week 5, we're just going to kind of talk a little bit about file storage and sharing files and the cloud and all that kind of stuff. And then week 6, we're just kind of wrapping everything up. Um, so let's see. That kind of covers a little bit about the course. Uh, this week we're supposed to be in person, so I figured we would just spend most of the time just kind of talking about what we're familiar with and what we hope to learn more about and all that kind of stuff, and seeing where everyone's interest lies. You know, um, but we're not in person and there's no one else in the chat. So yeah, I guess that's it for this week. Hopefully next week everything's back to normal and the weather is agreeable and we can uh, we can see everyone in person next week. And uh, at least next week we can have more content that we can go over and start creating things and all that kind of stuff. And who knows, maybe by the end of the course uh we'll have really good knowledge of all this stuff and everyone can go and take the Microsoft Office certifications and become certified. um so that was another thing I kind of wanted to talk about today, was kind of going over that and making sure we're developing our skills so that we can uh, become some type of certified on there, because the more certifications you have, the better off you are. Alrighty, so I'll see everyone in person next week.